High adrenaline tourism, swimming with sharks, walking with lions, whitewater rapids, dream vacations. I mean, people do this all the time. They're thrill junkies is what they are. They're trying to kind of live life to the fullest.
Yeah, but what happens when someone either gets hurt or worse? And one man was killed last month while swimming with sharks in baited waters, not in the cage, but open and free off the waters of Bahamas. Well, now his family is considering legal action against the company that sold them the tour, but who's really responsible here in the first place? Our legal panel is here now, defense attorney Joanna C. Greenwald and former prosecutor Paul Callan. Okay, so first of all, let me just go to you, Paul. You know, part of the appeal to these people going on these dangerous trips, obviously, is to take a risk. And with risk, obviously, they know what the risks are when you're swimming in an open water environment with a bunch of sharks. So then when something goes wrong, do you not assume the risk by going on the trip?
No, I think you do assume the risk. I mean, people are getting into these adventures because they want the adrenaline pump. That only comes from the danger of being that close to a shark. And to now think that the family might be able to start a lawsuit because this company put him in danger. I mean, he went on this tour because he wanted to be in danger. So I really don't think it's a legitimate kind of lawsuit to bring.
Now, it's true that you assume the risk, and the guy who died was a lawyer, and he should have known better. It was absolutely stupid. But don't you also assume that the tour operator, Joanna, is going to exercise reasonable care in protecting you, and failure to do so, doesn't that trump assumption of the risk?
Actually, I agree with you. I feel that we're using the terminology assumption of risk as the panacea to this whole situation, and it doesn't hold in this situation. And the reason that it doesn't is that you have the tour operator, and if you ever looked at their site, there isn't actually a waiver. They talk about that it might be slightly dangerous, but it doesn't talk about what they'll do to protect you. It just says that we'll ensure your safety. And we don't know. There are divers in the water, as it says that they'll do, to ensure your safety. Did they? No.
No. I mean,
and what was their duty? Exactly.
They're chumming, drawing in the sharks, 18 feet long,
right.
And these people are not in cages.
But give me a break, Greg. I mean, this guy is an experienced diver. He doesn't go diving in Florida because Florida bans this. The United States bans this, so he goes with a company that goes 50 miles offshore because he knew it was an extremely dangerous thing. And by the way, is there anybody on the planet Earth who doesn't think that swimming with sharks is dangerous?
Oh, wait, no, I don't agree with that at all.
Why?
The reason, well, you brought up the fact that public policy, about that federal and state law. The fact is that this was a company in Florida. It had signed its contract, if there was a contract, in the registration, and they left Florida.
Joanna,
it was illegal in Florida, so you don't have a waiver.
Joanna, do you think that swimming with sharks is dangerous? Do you?
I do, except that I'm not the one that did it. Even if I did.
Wait a minute. So you think that an Austrian lawyer would not know that it was dangerous?
Even if you did, the same exact example, which is perfect for right now, is when you go to a baseball game. If you sit behind third base, you assume the risk that you know this.
There are no sharks.
You know this, that you have a baseball, but you could have a baseball get you.
Let me just go back to the company here, okay? This company has on their website, first of all, they tell their divers that they are going to be swimming without any cages, so clearly you know there's a risk there. But they do say on their website, and I want to quote what they say on the website, "We will have crew members in the water at all times to ensure your diver safety." So with that language...
And additionally, what they also say on their website is that, and I'll quote it because I checked it out, is it says, "Our goal is to ensure that whether you're here for today or longer, that you have a fun and a safe trip." Did they do anything? No. And going back to my example of the baseball game, is that if you sit behind third base and the ball gets it, you could assume that you could do that. However, if you sit behind sit behind home plate and the net doesn't work, they didn't ensure your safety.
Means in the end is that some judge will allow this case to be heard by a jury, but no jury is going to award money to a guy and a family who knew.
I don't agree with you.
I mean, can you feed grizzly bears without danger also? Come on. People have to exercise common sense.
You could have common sense, except in this specific situation, you have guidelines where you have safety that should have been an issue, which isn't. I don't agree.
I'm with Paul. Assumption of risk. The guy was stupid. It's tragic, but he was stupid. He has himself.
Our viewers
he still has his rights, though.
Our viewers agree,
he
too.
Still has his rights.
Summer in Virginia. Are you kidding me? If you're dumb enough to get into the open waters with a shark, you're dumb enough to think that you can sue after they've had a taste of you. For the benefit of those who don't have a clue, let's add to the fine print, quote, "Caution, do not enter sharks." End quote. All right.
Thanks very much, Paul Callan.